This is Redum Art, a Chinese artist with insane value control, and her art is smoother than my social skills. Every piece has lightings and color that hits you emotionally, and it makes me wonder, how does she even do that? And more importantly, can I steal it? Can I learn from it? In this video, I'm gonna show you a secret ways that Redum use in almost all of her work. So if you want to improve your lightings more, make sure to stick around because we're going deep into values, lightings, and something called grayscale to color. First of all, why strip away the joy of color and go full monochrome? Well, no, it's not because I'm colorblind. It's because if you have bad values, there is no amount of color is gonna fix it. That's why Redum works feel so dramatic. Even when you convert it to grayscale, everything is still looking dimensional and pops like what she said in her Bilibili videos.
我们看蘑菇这张图，你可以看到它画的真的好美丽。这张图，它觉得让我们最美丽的地方是在哪里呢？
Anyway, Redum process usually goes something like this. Sketch, add values, add lightings effect in grayscale, convert that grayscale into color, final polish and detailing. To understand it better, I choose one of her work and tried to replicate the entire process. And here's what I learned. Start with a gray canvas because it's gonna help you a lot when you know the values of the environments, then a rough sketch, then a cleaner sketch. And the fun fact that are gonna save you a lot of time is Redum doesn't really do line art. She refines edges during the rendering step instead. So yeah, let's skip the disgusting line art step and move on. Now, I noticed something clever. The hair and background have similar values. I'm pretty sure she did that on purpose, which to help the subject blend naturally into the scene. Then I create separate layers for skin, hair, and clutter's base color. Redum then blocks the shadows with a rough and darker brush. She also blurs the areas out of focus point to create depth and focus. Okay, so maybe there will be a lot of questions pop in your head right now, but here's where things got interesting. When you zoom out, you will see that this part is having more details in the lightings, not like other part that seems messy and super simple shadows. This is the technique that she used in almost all of her work, so that she can guide your eyes into the focal point. Now, here's the fun part, because we're gonna turn the grayscale color into a real colorful color. Redum used the gradient map tool and sets the blending mode to color. If you are new to gradient maps, don't worry because it's actually not that hard to understand. Think of it like this. Gradient map lets you remap the lights and dark color with the color that you choose. The left side of the bars target the dark areas and the right side hits the lights area. I applied gradient maps to the rest of the piece and here's how it turns out. But we're not done. Redum adds a soft blue tint from below, probably to emphasize the focal point further. If you look at it in grayscale again, the lower part of her paintings usually has a less contrast. So I add a new layer, set it to overlay, and airbrushed a soft blue color from the bottom. Everything looks fine until this happened. You see those dreamy lightings, particles, and micro details. Yeah, gradient map will never give you that effect, which led me to the next step. I call it the tiny render step. So basically I zoom in and fine-tune the lightings, clean the edges, and add those small glowy specks you see in the Redum finished piece. And for the background, she blurs out distant elements that aren't important. Then I compared my piece side by side with Redum's, and maybe it's not 100% same, but I think I successfully broke down every major step she takes. I'm quite confident with what I got from the study, so I think I'm ready to make my own original illustrations in Redum styles. Start with a gray canvas and sketch the whole ideas. The plan is to make the girl face as the main focal point. Then I add a base color, but this time I tried something different. Start with a new layer set to multiply to darken everything, then a layer set to color dodge for bright lights areas, and last, a new layer with overlay for mid-tones and ambient lights. You know, while working on this piece, my color choices were all over the place, and I start to feel a little bit stuck. So recently, I've been taking classes on Skillshare, and for me, it's been a total game changer. One of my favorite was this course by Fanny Richard, and it completely shifted the way I see values and contrast in my art. I could instantly apply what I learned into my workflow, especially in this piece you're seeing right now. Skillshare isn't just for beginner either. Whether you're trying to master character designs, backgrounds, or even storytelling in art, there's always something new to level up your skills. Plus, the classes are super digestible. You can learn at your own pace with no pressure. Seriously, I wish I started using Skillshare earlier because there's just so much gold there for artists like us. You'll also find courses on animations, photography, graphic design, productivity, and there is much more to explore. So basically, whatever skills that you want to improve, there has to be a class for it in Skillshare. So if you're stuck, curious, or just want to improve faster, be the first 500 people to use my link in the descriptions or scan the QR code to receive a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. Go try out some classes, explore, and see how much better your art can become. Go click that link and unlock your next level as an artist. And now about the eyes, it's hard for me to explain, but I studied a lot from how Redums paints them. And the key is to keep it simple, also make the lashes blend naturally with the face. Before jumping into gradient map step, I tweak a few things manually to make sure everything's feel balanced. Then I applied the gradient map to color the entire piece. And I thought I'd finish until I placed it among Redum's work and you could instantly spot the imposter. You see, all of Redum works have a well-colored and detailed background, so I add some flowers and falling petals to boost the romantic moods, and also darken the guy's silhouette to push the girl forward in the compositions. I clean up every part and fix the hand, adjusted the lights, and polish the messy edges. Now for the final step, I use a cheat tool that Redum may also use, the tone curve. This tool can take your piece from pretty good to god levels, so I added and played around a little bit, and just like that, it snapped into the place. Here's the before and after, so I think it's not exactly Redum levels, but I learned a lot from studying her technique, especially the grayscale to color workflow. What do you think? Let me know in the comments how close did I get, and I challenge you to color in Redum style too. I'll be watching and see you in the next one. Bye bye.